Hey man, I hope you had a good day. We're filming on the GoPro again because it's raining. Typical German spring weather. I would love to film with the good camera in such a weather. I need to figure something out because it would look so cool in the rain, but as of right now, I'm not willing to take that risk just yet. I wanted to film this video because I feel you right now. If you clicked on this video, you're in a situation where you're bored of your relationship and you feel like your girl is also bored and you don't really know whether the relationship will continue or whether this stagnation of your relationship might lead to her leaving you breaking up with her. Maybe you're thinking of how good other couples have it, or you're looking at other women, right? Because something seems to be missing in that relationship for you, and man, I feel you. I've been there. I've really been there, and I want to give you some lessons that can help you get to the point where I'm at now way quicker than I did, because I had to learn all this stuff myself. There wasn't someone who made a YouTube video about this stuff a few years ago when I struggled with this. So I want to be that guy for you who records that YouTube video to help you out. Because man, a couple of years ago, my relationship was, I think, boring and stagnant, those are the best words to describe it. There wasn't a lot of excitement. I wasn't excited to see her and she wasn't really excited to see me, and that of course didn't feel good, right? There were many times where when I came to her house, I rang the doorbell and she was in her room and she didn't even get out of her room. Instead, what she did was she literally pressed the buzzer button so the door would open automatically, right? And she wouldn't even come down the stairs. She would just stay in her room and wait for me to get up there. That's how unexcited she was to see me. And that really hurt me because, I'll be honest, I was afraid of losing her. And I was afraid that might lead to either her breaking up or me breaking up because I wanted more, right? But one of my big strengths is that I never really give up. I've never given up on anything, to be honest. Same thing with this relationship. I haven't given up. I've learned a lot over the years. And now we are at a point where literally a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I was in my room in the afternoon just reading, and my girl, no, I shouldn't even start the story like that. I was sitting in my room and like 5 p.m. maybe, and the doorbell rings. I'm like, oh, who could this be, right? And so I go downstairs and open the door, and there's my girl just giggling and jumping up and down and like hee 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 because we didn't plan on seeing each other that day. She just told me, I thought of maybe I'll just go for a walk and visit you, you know? And so she just visited me for like an hour, and I continued reading in my room, and she just sat there and did something, I don't know, but she just visited me. And I think that was one of those moments where I realized, man, we are both really excited to see each other again, and that's very, very good. So how did we get here? The first thing I want you to realize is it is normal for relationships to become boring over time if we let them, if we let our relationship become boring. Because most people just do that, because most people don't know how to keep up excitement in a relationship. how to keep up attraction in a relationship, how to keep that spark, right? The thing is, it is normal, but only if we let it be normal. We can do something about it. One thing I will say here right away though is stop chasing what you had before. Stop trying to go back to the relationship that you had at the start of the relationship. It's very impractical to go back, because that's literally what you're trying to do. You're trying to go back, even though obviously you've evolved past that stage. It's, first of all, impossible to go back to that phase with that person, because it's just in the past. Like, how could you go back? So don't chase what you've had before. That's a very bad plan. Instead, evolve further, go deeper, go further, take the next step. There are a lot of ways, and I've talked about this in other videos on my channel, right, to build this attraction again, to build this excitement again. But trying to chase something that you've had before will never help you. Now, second thing you need to do is don't think in a negative way where you think, we need to get rid of the situation we have right now. We need to, like, the situation right now is bad. We need to get to a better place. Instead, think about it positively. Change your paradigm. Change how you think. Because you think your situation is bad. Is it really? You have a partner. You're not single. And obviously, you don't want to be single. So you've already made a big step into the right direction. Be grateful for that step. Be grateful for what you've already achieved. And really think about, okay, is this situation really so bad? And I'm not telling you to accept that situation, not at all, because we want to get to a better place. But accept that you are where you are right now, and accept that it is good because it is. And then think of it not as going away from pain, like evolving to go away from pain, but think of it to get to even a better relationship. Think of it, okay, my relationship is already good, how can I make it even better? Because when you do that, you eliminate negativity. And when you eliminate negativity from that relationship, from how you perceive the relationship, that will massively help you to grow that relationship deeper. Now, the next thing is something that many people overlook, and that is take a step back to take 2 steps forward. What I mean by that is, often we are so immersed in the situation we have right now that we don't even see what we could do to change it. There's a German saying of, it goes along the lines of, you don't see the forest because of all the trees, right? You have a forest in front of yourself and you don't see the forest because of all the trees. Maybe that's just a Bavarian saying, so like the part of Germany where I'm from. Maybe not, I don't know. But it's very true, because sometimes we're in a situation and we're so immersed in that situation, so emotionally invested in that situation, that we don't even see the possibilities, the possible paths we can take. Of course, sometimes we don't know what we can do, but sometimes we also sometimes we know what we could do, but we don't know that we can do it in our current situation. So what I recommend to you is take a step back, detach from the situation emotionally, look at it objectively, and do this with your partner as well. Look at it objectively and really figure out, hey, what can we do here? What can we really do here? Instead of complaining and getting caught in that situation. Because at the end of the day, where does stagnation come from? Let's take a simple analogy of fitness, the gym, right? Why do we stagnate? Why do we hit a plateau in the gym? Because we've been doing the same thing for months, if not years, right? Then we hit a plateau. We've been eating the same, we've been training the same workout, same style, whatever, right? And then we hit a plateau. And then again, is it smart to go back to what we did previously? No, we have to do the next step. We have to evolve past that. So again, look at what you've done, look at what you're doing right now, and then think, okay, what can we do in the future? And change something. The only reason why you hit a plateau in the gym or in the relationship is because you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again while expecting different results. That will not happen. And then also people tell you, just go on more dates, or just spend less time with her. The thing is, those will maybe change something for a certain period of time, but in the long run, they likely won't change anything. Because if you want a relationship that is not routinely, then don't make the relationship routinely. Don't just go on 2 dates a week because that's what people do. Don't just spend less time with your girl because that's what people should do. Change it up. Do have different phases in the relationship. That's why I'm excited. On the one hand, on the other hand, I get kind of anxious about this, but that's why I'm excited for my girl going on a trip with one of her girlfriends over the next few weeks, because that's gonna be a period of a long distance relationship, right? We're not gonna see each other for I believe 5 weeks. And man, I'm excited for that because it's gonna change things up. It's gonna mix things up again, right? It's gonna make things not routinely. It's gonna make things a bit more spontaneous. And then, pro tip for this whole thing is, my relationship became stagnant when I became stagnant. And that's why it is your fault if your relationship became stagnant. Because at the end of the day, it is really difficult to improve yourself and not improve your relationship at the same time. Now, if you're someone who doesn't want to take that risk of wasting years until you learn all the stuff yourself like I did, and risking that your relationship will end during those years because you just don't know what's right to do yet, then what you can do is book a call with me. The call is free, but I'll be completely honest, it's not a free coaching call because my time is very limited nowadays. This is a call where we figure out what's actually going on in your relationship, and where we then see whether I can actually help you and whether we should work together. At the same time, everyone who's done such a call with me and hasn't started working with me, every one of these men afterwards either said to me or messaged me directly and said to me, that call has really opened my eyes. So even if you don't end up working with me, there's really nothing you can lose. Either you gain some insight or you gain a mentor for your relationship. So check that out right now. If you don't want to waste years of your life and risk your relationship in the process. And also, I know that some men might struggle with asking another man for help. I'll be completely honest. I will not judge you, because I've been in your situation most likely. There are things where you're like, but my situation is much more extreme. I don't tell you everything about my relationship. I'll be completely honest. There are things that I don't mention on YouTube. So I will not judge you, and honestly, I will not think that anyone is weak because they look for help. Because man, I've had to look for help in the past, and what that showed me was it is very courageous to look for help. If you actually need help. Because if you need help and you don't look for it, and you, out of your own ego or out of fear of being judged, you don't ask for help, you try to figure out everything by yourself, that will never help you. So if you're interested, go to the description of this video, book a call with me, and I'll see you then. Apart from that, I wish you all the best, man, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Have a good one.